of seniors that have worked so hard and really accomplished a lot, brought a lot of smiles, a lot of music to a lot of people. So I want the seniors to stand, and some of them, I think the program's wrong on a couple of them. So I think Wes didn't get the little thing saying he's a senior, but I can't talk him into coming back another year. So seniors, stand. All right. Thank you so much for your hard work. Really proud of all of these students. We had 17 students from the Hoover Jazz Bands make All-State this year, which is the most in the state by quite a few. And I'm really proud of all the hard work. We've done, gosh, a whole bunch of performances, a whole lot of different places. So we're going to play Foul Play, and then we will close out with In the Mood. If you want to come dance on In the Mood, come on down. But Foul Play. I also want to thank another person in the audience that has done a lot of hard work tonight, my better half that puts up with me for several decades now, Noah White on sound. foul play. I also wanted to tell you about another award that a student just received word of last week. And Mr. Tyler Greengard was selected. Wynton Marsalis is doing a jazz academy. Students all around the world auditioned. And there were 42 students selected, meaning there were 4 tenor saxes selected. And Tyler was selected to go to the Jazz Academy with the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. So. And we're going to close out with the number we always close out with, called In the Mood.
But before we do that, you thought you were going to get out. It's just hot enough and it's a trap. Well, before we close out, it's tradition at Just Jazz to say a few words about Miss White, the legend. She really is a wonderful woman, and I promise we don't have anything planned. But we're gonna go down from years with Miss White. I've only been with Miss White for 1 year now. I was in the Hoover Jam before with Mr. Carroll. They're fantastic. And Miss White is just Miss White is just the most fantastic person. She's just the whole jazz program here, it wouldn't be complete without Miss White. I took music theory just so that I could be in one of Miss White's class before I got in this ensemble right here. She's just an amazing person. She puts up with me requesting Sir Duke every day in class. And I just can't say enough about Miss White, so.
My name is Lee Roberts IV, and I've been in First Edition for 2 years now. And I don't know if any of y'all know Ms. White, just saying, but if you don't have her in your life, put her in your life some way, somehow. She would be such an influence on you. She's taken us places I've never seen us go before, never seen us dream and go before. And on behalf of all the First Edition, I just want to say thank you, Ms. White.
Miss White has taught me so many cow jokes, so I figured I would open it. What do you call a sleeping cow?
What?
A bulldozer. But I remember the first time I saw the First Edition, I was about in 8th grade, and you know how we feel about being in 8th grade, trumpet player. We're we're the best. We know 2 scales. We're musicians for life. You know, that's how we knew. But when I saw this band, that completely went out the window, and I knew I had to be a part of this. And I was just amazed, and I told myself every single day, well, not every single day, but you get the point, that I have to be in this group. And so fast forward 4 years later, and I'm finally in it, and I'm so excited that I was able to be a part of this. And Ms. White's had me for at least sophomore, junior, and senior year, and if that's not a test of her patience, I don't know what is. And, well, just to end the story with how Miss White, how patient she is and how loving she is. One day we were loading for a gig, and we were all out there goofing around while Matthew was loading his truck, and we were putting stuff in there, and Miss White was out there, and we were goofing around, and then I remember Miss White said, "Act mature," and in my head I'm like, has First Edition ever been really mature? And so I decided to ask Miss White, "Hey, Miss White, have we been the most mature jazz band you've had?" And before she could even answer, Connor and Connor come out with this thing of music, swinging it, dancing, and they slip on a thing, and they drop all the music, and Miss White just left, and she She came back though. That was end of story. She came back. I showed love. But I love Miss White so much. She's taught me so much. She's put up with me. She's given me this opportunity to be a part of this that I've wanted to since I was just like 13 years old, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience than being here now. And I love it.
All right, my name is Connor Jackson, and I'm a senior trumpet player. And with jazz band, I remember a pep rally in which we were in 8th grade, and First Edition came to bump us, and I didn't know anybody. I mean, I didn't know anything about jazz. I just thought, I'll just stick with marching. Well, there was the legendary Ryan Blackwell. And he was a phenomenal trumpet player, and he always encouraged me. He said, hey, just try jazz. And I didn't do it for freshman or sophomore year. But when junior year came around, I thought, jam or First Edition, I'd like to give it a shot. And sure enough, I actually made it into First Edition, which would be the start of the coolest 2 years of my band career with Miss White. And just going back to 8th grade, seeing all those amazing saxophone players and trumpet players improvise, I just thought there's no way I could do this. And now it's just senior year comes around, and I still don't know how to improvise. But just all joking aside, it's been such a great 4 years. You've just been the nicest teacher, and it was good.
And I'm saying something about maturity. This is for you, and it's from the First Edition trumpets for when you need to get our attention.
Okay.
Okay. And so this is my first year. I think y'all probably heard me before with Mr. Carroll, but this is my first year, and I didn't play trumpet until this year. And so coming into First Edition, like the first day I came in, I was like shaking. I was just like, oh my God, all these people are going to judge me. Miss White's going to judge me. I'm going to sound awful. It's going to be terrible. And from the second I walked in, I never regret it. Like, the second she walked in, the second I walked into her classroom, I saw her, and she looked at me. She didn't see me as like a new person, like a new addition to the First Edition. She saw me already as a member. And I think that's what she did views with all of us. And even like when she was talking on the mic, she was getting choked up and just talking about us and even her directors from the past. It just shows like how much passion she really does have in this. And so I just wanted to thank you for making my first and last year the best year.
I'm Wes Sparkman, and I've been in First Edition for 1 year. It's been an exciting year. What can I say about this amazing woman? One thing, she can put up with a lot. She's had me for 4 years, twice in her regular band, and I was a little talkative. Then I was in her music theory class, and then finally she had 1 year break of me, 1 year. And I just tried out, I had made first chair jam, and I was a little bummed out, but I was excited. But then she calls me over summer break, and basically in a nutshell says, I'll put up with you for 1 more year. She lets me in, and it has been the greatest experience of my life. And you've taught me so much, and I'm going to miss you so much when I go up to college. And thank you so much for this experience.
Hi, I'm Jake. I make the low notes happen. Starting 2 years ago, whenever I saw somebody that I hadn't seen in a while, I got really excited because I knew that they'd asked me what was going on in high school, and the first thing I'd say to them was, I'm in first edition now, because ever since 8th grade, that had been something that I wanted to do. Not originally on bass, but everybody told me that Richard was going to beat me in the guitar audition, so... Sally White is a name that carries a lot of weight in this town, and I'm proud whenever I can tell anybody that I know her and that she's my teacher. And she's, if anybody is single-handedly responsible for making this program what it is, it's Sally White.
Hello, my name is Angel Plata, and there isn't much I want to say. All I want to say is thank you, Miss White, for 2 years. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
My name is Daniel Church, and I've been a part of First Edition for 2 years now. And unlike most of these people, I did not care about jazz at all. I came here at first because I was like, oh, jazz band, that's something I'm supposed to do because I'm in band. But then once I actually got there, I got to see Miss White and see her passion, see how much she loved it, and then that kind of spread to me. And now it's something I really love doing and really plan on doing in college when I might not do other types of band. And beyond just being a great musical role model, Miss White's just also been an incredible role model in her character and everything that she's done for us. And I would just like to thank her for that. Thank you.
Tanner, and I've been a lead vocalist for 2 years. I auditioned just to get the audition experience. I wasn't expecting to make it. I didn't know who else was auditioning. And then one day in the summer, I was laying in bed until 8 o'clock in the morning, and she called me, and I was like, hello. And she was like, hi, is this Peyton? And I said, yes, it is. Oh, hey, it's Miss White. You got the vocalist. I was like, oh, hey! I was so excited. I just want to thank you so much for all the opportunities that you've given me to sing for 2 years. It's just been so amazing. Thank you. I have one final question. Will you accept this rose?
Hi, my name is Richard, and I guess I've managed this great buying guitar for the past 2 years. If you followed us long enough, you may have realized that every now and then, very often actually, you see Miss White doing this funny dance where she's waving her hand down and trying to get me to roll back the volume knob. And you can talk to Mr. Fitzpatrick and Mr. Carroll, and they all do the same thing to me. And I think they know that deep down inside, I hate it just a little. There is nothing I can't stand more than having to turn down, and Miss White knows that. But what she also knows is that the second she walks away, I'm just going to take that volume knob and roll it right back up. It's happened before, and it's a vicious cycle. It just repeats over and over again. But if I really had to look back over the past maybe 2 years, well, I don't think I turned down for anyone else.
Hi everybody, I'm Christina, and I've been in First Edition for 3 years now, and I was in Miss White's symphonic band for freshman year, so I've had Miss White for all 4 years. And I think out of everybody that I've come in contact to during high school, nobody has impacted me as much as Miss White has. And in middle school, I heard First Edition play, and I was like, oh my gosh, First Edition, they're so good. I want to do that someday. And so I remember, freshman year, I didn't really make it, and I was like, oh, but then I kept working and kept working and kept working. And then Miss White, she pulled me in her office, at the end of freshman year, and she was like, oh, you can make First Edition. And I was like, I just started crying, and then she started crying. And it was so emotional. And Miss White's really inspired me as a person, and I want to do music for the rest of my life, regardless of anything. And it's because of Miss White and because of the impact she's made. I love Miss White so much. Thank you.
Corey. This is my 3rd year in First Edition and my 4th year with Miss White. I prepared a speech, but I got nervous and forgot it, so I'm just gonna make this up. All right. When I first met with Miss White, it was for my 8th grade audition for a jazz band going in 9th grade. And I was like, I looked up to her, because I was like that tall. And, I looked up and I was terrified because I'd heard so much about her. I knew how amazing she was. It was just like terrifying. And I screwed up the audition and I blame her for me making jam my first year because she just completely threw me off. But anyway, then whenever I got to know her, I just found out she was just like the most amazing, caring woman I've ever met. Except Mom. Love you too, Mom. It's almost equal. But yeah. She's just like, I can just like do the most stupid things and just like get away with it. And same with the trumpets. And it's like, but it's like she's so compassionate. I just can't put it into words. And it's like, I love you, Miss White. We have gifts also.
If y'all don't know, like every single day in jazz band, Miss White would always ask us, "Hey, do y'all have an iPhone charger?" So we decided to get one of those like really fast ones that charges her like that. So she never has to ask. Her new Summer Mark IV.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Mark 6.
Well,
Mark 6.
I know, we know that, but this one may be a Mark IV.
Read the label.
That's really scary. I love these guys, and I think you know that. We're going to close out within the mood. Did either of our other directors want to say something at this time or not? Okay. We've got a band concert April 23rd, and we'll try to have the air conditioner on for that. Is that in our gymtorium? Yes, we have a really nice gymtorium. One, two, one.